So nearly half of all the corporate money being pumped into this year's election is coming from the crypto industry, according to a new report from the nonprofit watchdog group Public Citizen.
This is insane. New data has just come out showing that the crypto industry is outspending big oil, the big banks, and the Koch brothers, pumping money into this year's election. This is on both sides, and these are from companies you've heard of.
Now, the sector, which has been under high scrutiny by the Biden administration, is outspending big oil and banks this cycle, with Koch Industries in a distant second place in terms of corporate contributions. Heavyweights like Coinbase, Ripple, and VC firm Andreessen Horowitz, which has a sizable crypto book, have collectively given more than $146 million with the goal of trying to get candidates who are friendly to the industry into office. Now, most of that corporate money being raised is going to the popular and bipartisan pro-crypto super PAC called Fairshake, which is one of the top spending PACs this year. I spoke to their team last night to get the latest numbers on the 4 largest donors to Fairshake and its associated PACs. Coinbase has contributed $49 million. A16Z and Ripple have both given $47 million each, and Jump Crypto put in $15 million.
And keep in mind, this money is not just going to one side and not the other. Probably a little more has been donated to Trump from the crypto community. But this is not just for presidential candidates, it's for senators, it's for congressmen, and this is going to both sides.
Now, as for where all that money is going, a filing with the Federal Election Commission this week showed that in July, Fairshake disbursed almost $75 million and still has nearly $120 million left to deploy, with 73 days to go until the November election. The Super PAC has pledged $25 million from that pool of cash to 18 House candidates in the general election to be split among 9 Democrats and 9 Republicans. It's committed another $18 million to 3 Senate races, Joe.
The Bitcoin Supercycle has begun. Click the like button if you believe. And before we get to altcoin news...
Now, this goes back to the very ethos of Telegram itself, which does not believe in censorship.
This potential supercycle is much bigger than political donations. Nice visual of the US Bitcoin ETF flows. We've actually just seen the biggest Bitcoin ETF inflows in the last 3 weeks, meaning when Bitcoin dipped, arguably the most interesting monthly candle in Bitcoin's history, showing this dip was bought up so aggressively, so quick, and I think we understand why.
It's easy for people to buy it, and it can get stored on their brokerage account. There's a QSIP number, and as you know, because you and I have been on Wall Street a long time, this is my 35th year on Wall Street. Wall Street is a selling machine, and They haven't even amped up that selling machine yet. But just imagine tens of thousands of FAs and RIAs out there explaining to people that they need a position like this in their portfolio. So it's coming.
And Wall Street investor, political insider Anthony Scaramucci does a great job in explaining why Bitcoin today in the low $60,000 is most likely going much higher.
And so the regulatory clearance for the ETF made it safe to go into Bitcoin for lots of institutional investors, and even places like Morgan Stanley are now allowing their financial advisors to solicit people on Bitcoin. And so we had BlackRock executives out here talking about this phenomenon. They got $23 billion. It's the most successful ETF launch in history. So that's paving the way and making it more acceptable. So I think it's been very meaningful. If you had said to me last year when Bitcoin was in the 30s that we'd be here in the 60s post-halving, I think most people in the industry would be very happy.
And buying Bitcoin today is an easy 10x on your money, says billionaire Michael Saylor.
The best idea, if you want to make 10x your money, is you buy something that everybody in the world needs, nobody in the world can stop, and almost nobody understands.
Much like buying Amazon stock or Google stock back in 2010.
Okay, so in 2010, that was Amazon, or that was Apple, or that was Facebook or Google. These are all dominant digital networks that everybody in the world needed, that nobody could stop. But if you'd ask the typical mainstream investor, is this a good investment? They would all say, oh, it's very scary, it's overvalued, Amazon doesn't make money, mobile phones used to cost $50. It's like Apple's going to sell an iPhone for $600. They said it's too expensive. The iPhone's $600 is too expensive. Nokia will sell me one for $30. They said Apple's going to go to $30. And of course, what happened is Apple went to $1,500.
Yes.
And so the conventional wisdom was against these big tech companies.
And breaking news for Telegram, as well as their altcoin Toncoin, Telegram founder Pavel Durov, arrested in France, now facing 20 years for refusing to censor his platform.
He has been detained by the office, which is, quote, preventing violence against minors, who had previously issued an arrest warrant for Durov in a preliminary investigation, quote, into alleged offenses including fraud, drug trafficking, cyberbullying, organized crime, promotion of terrorism. He is accused of failing to take action to curb the criminal use of his platform. The investigators said, quote, enough of Telegram's impunity, adding that they were surprised that he came to Paris knowing that he is a wanted man. Now, this goes back to the very ethos of Telegram itself, which does not believe in censorship.
Now, Toncoin dropped almost 20% on the news, as well as Toncoin ecosystem coins, like Notcoin, selling off as well. Now, does the founder of the platform deserve to be charged for crimes that he did not commit, yet were committed on his platform? To me, I don't condone criminal activity. I think those criminals do deserve to be punished, but it does seem these single points of failure, like a CEO who's not even the CEO of Toncoin, just Telegram, they'll always be dragged in if your platform gets big enough.
What do the regulators do in response to a system that cannot be regulated? They regulate the bits they can. They regulate the exchanges. They regulate the bank accounts. They regulate the national currency side of things. They shut down the on-ramps and off-ramps. They say, we will not let you take your money with you. And what do millennials say to that? Dude, I don't have any fucking money. All I have is my creative potential, my spirit, my productivity, and I can sell that directly for Bitcoin without an exchange, without an on-ramp, without an off-ramp. And when I need to buy something, I'll use my digital currency directly without re-entering your system, to which I was never invited. Shut down the on-ramps, shut down the off-ramps, and I will stay on board. I will stay digital. I won't touch your gilded cage anymore, because I don't need you.
Now, obviously, that's Andreas Antonopoulos speaking about Bitcoin, how you can't censor the underlying protocol, but you could come after and regulate the bits, the centralized aspects of the ecosystem. Will the Telegram CEO need to step down and maybe turn Telegram's leadership into a DAO? Also, this is interesting. Finally announcing the legendary Dillon Francis, who's a DJ, as the headlining act of our Token 2049 Singapore side event. Register now or buy a table for guaranteed entry. Spots are limited. This is the side event that my brother and I, Altcoin Daily, are media partners on, September 17th at the Marquee in Singapore. Awesome venue. So again, for everybody heading to Token 2049, be sure to register early, link down below. And news for AI altcoin ChainGPT, start a junior robot and rise to AI overlord in Tap CGPT. Climb the leaderboards and earn your share of $1 million in prizes. So just a gamified way that people can earn money. So this is one of those tap to earn games. You tap for XP. Each tap earns you XP. Crucial for climbing the leaderboards. Daily rewards simply for just logging in. Also you earn by inviting friends, daily boosters, etc. And as you tap your way through Tap CGPT, you'll unlock unique characters at each stage of your journey. Here's a look at the progression system. AI Overlord is the goal, and of course to unlock over $1 million in rewards. So something to keep on your radar if you're bullish on the AI blockchain ecosystem. As you know, I'm an ambassador for ChainGPT, so I always like to keep you updated as best I can. Be sure to watch our deep dive on Telegram's crypto coin and their ecosystem, Toncoin, linked down below. And like always, see you tomorrow.